All right, well, hello everyone. I'm going to give you some information about the Gradle build system in this video. But before we start, I want to show you Gradle files on Android Studio. So let's go to Android Studio right now. All right, so you can see the Gradle files on the left side. And there are two important Gradle files for us in that level. These are the build.gradle project my Android project file and the build.gradle module my Android project.app file. Now, before we get into those files, I do want to say a little something about Gradle. Gradle is basically a building system that automates the build of Android application development. Gradle makes testing, building, debugging, and releasing a whole lot easier. Gradle also makes it easier to add new libraries to our project in Android Studio. So the first page here, Build Gradle, my first application page, is about which version of the Gradle system. So the Gradle version here may be different for you. It doesn't really matter. The important thing is to know what Gradle version that you have and that it is here. Also, if you notice, the line where the Gradle version is shown by the code editor is highlighted in bold. Well, that's because there is a new Gradle version, and we need to update the Gradle version as well. Now, there is a place that asks you to update when you open any project in Android Studio. Just make sure to do this update, my friends, before you start work, okay? You got to always work with up-to-date libraries. It's just better that way. All right, so in order to do that, just follow me. I'll move my cursor over the line that needs to be updated. Current version is automatically shown to us by the code editor. Then from here, I'll click the change to 7.0.1 expression. And as you can see, the Gradle version has now changed, but we do need to report this action to our entire project. Okay, very important. So notice here when we made this change, the Sync Now button appears in the upper right corner of the interface. So by clicking this button, we actually synchronize a change we made with our project. Now, I probably heard some of you thinking, well, hey, what's going to happen to me if I don't click the Sync Now button? Well, the changes aren't going to be detected by your project, and that's going to be a problem later. So I'll just press the Sync Now button. And as you can see, the synchronization process starts up, and synchronization is pretty much a short process. It generally completes in 5 to 10 seconds. And as you can see here, the synchronization process is now finished. So now our Gradle version's up to date. And now let's have a look at the other Gradle file. So the most important page for us here for now is the Build Gradle Module app page. So this page is about our application and its features. You can see some values here, and I'll just take a minute to explain these values and what they mean. So have a look at the first one. It's Compile SDK version. All right. So this value determines which API level features we can use. For example, if this value is 25, we will not be able to use API 28 level features, right? You see how that works. If this API level is higher, then our application will have some more of these advanced features. Now, the second one is the application ID. So this is a unique value, right? So for this application, this particular one, com.example.myandroidproject. So when we upload this application on Google Play, it will be known by this ID in Google Play. The third one is the minimum SDK version. So this value determines which API level and above can work in our application. All right. Tends to be a lower value. So for this application, it is 23. So that means that this application will not work with API level 21 and lower. And the other one is the target SDK version. So this value indicates that my application works well at this API level. And we should also give the min SDK value as, well, you know what? Let's just make it as small as possible. And the compile SDK also pretty much as big as possible, right? Also, the compile SDK and the target SDK needs to be the same value. Now, here's another value. It's version code. And you're going to see this code when you publish your application on Google Play. Now, it has to be integer values like 1, 2, 3, etc. It continues. So after you publish your application on Google Play, if you change something in your app and you want to upload your new version, you must increase this value. Otherwise, Google Play will not accept your new version of the application. Now, the version name is, of course, when people want to update the app on their phone, they will see this value. It's kind of unimportant, actually, for Google Play, but people will see this value, so that makes it important. It can be 1.0, 1.1, and it goes up from there. So when you update your app, you should give a new version name for the people who are actually downloading your app. Makes sense? So when you change value in Gradle, you're going to see the Sync Now button. So after you click this button, it's going to change everything to the new values. All right? Cool. So lastly, we do need to talk about dependencies. Now, this part in Gradle is for libraries. If you want to add a new library to your project, you're going to use this part. So Android Studio and Gradle make it very easy to add new libraries. But before, Android Studio was not so easy. Now you just add the library code dependencies section and click the Sync Now button, and bada boom, you're done. Now, after that, everything about that library will be added to your project automatically. How great is that? So my friends, I think that's enough talk about Gradle for now. Why don't we just take a short break here, and I'll see you in the next video.